Hello? Yeah, smart, stupid stuff. You're calling us. We need you. You need us. Yeah, I know you need us. We are over here with our weekly update. Yes, the update on your brain that you need. We came here with some truth. And what's the truth? The truth that we know. Because what you know is your truth. So that's what we're going to be sharing today, our truth. And I hope you can stay tuned. We have a couple of shout out too.
Shout out, guys, to our supporters and sponsors. So, guys who are supporting us, thank you so much. Corey Harpin, #1 supporter and listener. Check him out on everydayeternity.com. Evan Baxter, thank you, brother. Patricia, thank you for listening. But now we have sponsors, legitimately sponsors. Alpaca Chicken, everyone. If you need chicken and you're in the Raleigh area, go check them out. Best chicken in town. It's all made with charcoal. It's amazing. Check it out. It'll melt in your mouth. It'll be ecstasy in your mouth. We have Nation Homes sponsoring the show today. If you need remodeling, if you need a new kitchen, if you want a bigger house, I don't know, a studio, he'll build it for you. It'll happen. NationHomes.com. Call Elias. The number, it'll be posted on the website. You'll find it. And if you want to buy some stuff on eBay and you're looking for new clothes, BlueBetsy.com. Check him out. The style is amazing. And we're going to style this shit.
Shout out to Nacho. Nacho, if you're listening, shout out to your brother. Thanks for listening.
Sorry, Nacho, I almost forgot you. We love you. Bye-bye. Let's get started. So it's good, guys.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, I'm a little bit happy about this Christmas, man.
Who? What?
About this time of the year. Last year, 2019. Yeah, no, 2019, no, 2018 Christmas. I spent like $800 on gifts, man.
Wow.
$800 on gifts. I was like, shit.
That's amazing.
It's too much, man.
I love it.
I got a big family.
That.
I got a big family, so I got 3 sisters, 2 brothers, mom and dad. And then everybody, bring their boyfriend, girlfriend.
And you bought
so
presents for all the boyfriends, huh?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Got him.
So this year we were like, no, we got to do something else. So we decided to do like a Secret Santa. So I just got to spend $100 just on one gift, and that's it, man. That's the family gift.
Well, why is Christmas about presents? Is it because dear baby Jesus, right?
The 3 kings, right?
The 3 kings presents. But
is that why? Is that why?
That's my understanding.
That's what I understand. I don't know the answer to that. But it's definitely turned into a consumer holiday.
Consumerism.
I mean, you're spending the most money ever. Like you said.
People go crazy in the stores, man.
Absolutely. It's insane. I mean.
And then they give like Black Friday, like a month after? So Black Friday gets even more.
The month before.
Yeah, the month before. So they give you like.
I mean, it's great to stimulate the economy.
Well, you know why Christmas is where it is now, right?
Definitely to boost the economy.
Well, it was so. When Christianity was being sold as a religion, the Romans, I don't know exactly when it was. I'm going to butcher this a little bit, but the general idea behind it is Christmas did not happen. The birth of Jesus did not happen during that time, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen the exact day.
And the reason it was put at that time is because there was already a pagan holiday in that time. And the reason this pagan holidays were happening, Christmas being one of them, has to do more with the harvesting and the summer solstice and the excess of food. So there was already a celebration that would happen at that time because it was the last day, the shortest day of the year. Something about harvesting, something about having excess of food. They would throw a huge party. There was actually a pine tree that would be burned as a celebration, like in the colder areas. And they would just use all the food. They had to use all the food. When the Roman Catholics when the Romans tried to introduce Christianity to the pagans, they just matched that holiday to be able to get people to be Christians.
Mm-hmm.
But if you read the Bible and you look at that, the actual birth of Jesus did not happen during that time. So it's always been about consumerism.
I can agree to that. I'm pretty sure it didn't have the exact day. But I guess some Christians, they don't celebrate Christmas. They prefer not to. I guess because it was a pagan holiday.
Of that, yeah.
And some people they're like, I don't want to do it because he was a pagan. But at the same time, like it just depends on, your point of view on the what's going on or what are you actually celebrating it for. Let's say like, if you don't put all that stuff in your mind, saying like, oh, it was a pagan holiday. Oh, okay, everybody's getting together in their houses.
Right.
Why you don't get together? In our family, get together and actually,
Enjoy each other's
celebrate.
company.
Yeah.
Well, it still gives you a time to celebrate and whatnot. But where the fuck is Santa Claus fall into all this?
Man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Coca-Cola?
Sears.
Sears? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, bro. It really doesn't. Like, you have, a Christian, the birth of Jesus. You got the fat man with the Christmas tree.
From the North Pole.
So
maybe-
maybe on the at the beginning it was kind of like I believe it was like it had a good intentions, and I'm pretty sure the Romans trying to put them Christianity on these people, that was I believe that was like good intentions, but then some people they just like to go against it and cover it up, whatever is good and make it like different. Like instead of focusing on what really like about the birth of Jesus, they focus about Santa Claus. Like about the gifts and all that stuff. And if you gotta remember, like the Savior, for celebrating the Savior that was born that day, and then you come up with all these gifts. Like, okay, so which one are you doing? Like,
now, which one is it? Right?
Yeah.
It's like the birth of Jesus. The whole idea of Christianity is like don't care about possessions. The 5 kings brought gifts, but it doesn't make any sense. And it's funny, in Spain they celebrate on January 5th or something because of the what is it called? The Magic Kings?
No.
The 3 kings.
The 3 kings. In Spanish it translates to the Magic Kings.
Los
Reyes Magos, so
right.
the magic,
And that's when they exchange gifts, right?
Well, the guy was really good with cards. So he like flip it out and he got a bunny to come out of his hat. It was crazy. Anyways,
So it was saying here on the on history.com, Saint Nick. Okay, it says Saint Nicholas walked the earth and became the patron saint of children.
wow, he liked children. This is
So
good.
he was the patron saint of children. Then
And that's where it came from.
it says going back to the third,
Also, it was
going back to the 3rd century. Yep.
Oh, okay. So it was some sort of... The legend of Santa Claus can be traced back to hundreds of years in a monk named Saint Nicholas. It is believed that Saint Nicholas was born sometime around 2080 AD in Patara near Mirah in modern-day Turkey. Dude, I don't see Santa as a Turkish dude.
No.
Must have been
Well, he's evolved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't see him saying, hey, I'll give you a good price.
I saw him on a Captree the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, he was there taking pictures.
Oh, no shit.
You saw him?
Yeah.
Was it the real guy?
I think he looked pretty real.
I think
to
it's
me.
like super like for kids. I think it's like so much imagination, and I think that's like a huge part. I think they just parents and the culture just took like a big play on that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean the kids are like leaving out milk and cookies for Santa Claus. So
They
when
are?
he comes in,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
That
like-
he's so fat.
Well, I mean, and their imagination, obviously, they don't realize, okay, how's he going to fit through the chimney, or especially when it's turned on, right? But it's like the imagination goes, and then like legit, the other day we put some gifts underneath the Christmas tree, and Mason, our 4-year-old, came downstairs, and he's like, there was like our first couple gifts we got started, right? He's like, he stopped, he looked, he's like, Mommy, Daddy, Santa Claus came last night. He legit... Santa Claus came last night, dropped gifts underneath the Christmas tree.
You brought it early, though? That's not a thing.
No, we brought because we have gifts for other members of the family.
When you supposed
So-
to put the Christmas
That-
so
that night?
on the same night?
No, we put them. No, we put them there as you're getting your gifts ready. We put them underneath the Christmas tree. They're ready. So then by that Christmas time comes around, even if that Santa Claus comes and puts the gifts underneath the tree,
Right. But
But-
that night, on Christmas Eve,
right?
he comes.
But Santa Claus didn't come that night, right? I said no. Mason, Santa Claus didn't come that
but he
night.
was
That was
excited.
us. We brought our gifts and we put them here.
Gotcha.
But Santa Claus will come and he'll bring the gifts Christmas Eve when you're asleep. and then he'll drop them underneath the Christmas tree for you and your brother. So, but it's crazy how he already he saw one day he didn't see any gifts. The next day he sees gifts, automatically thinks Santa Claus came.
Yo, they believe it 100%. They
Oh,
believe
yeah.
it even when they make. My buddy Corey was telling me that his son starts he's I think he's 12, 13 or a little bit older. He starts rationalizing with it, like he's at the mall and he realizes that that's not Santa. He works with Santa, right? That's how it works, like that's not the real, because
Like the elves, like the little elves.
like he knows that there's more. Like he saw it at the
12?
Crabtree Mall, and then he saw it at PetSmart, and it was a different dude. You're old enough to know it's not the same dude,
But
or
you're not old enough to know 100%.
You don't want to say no, this is not him. So you're like, oh yeah, this is that's the guy that works with Santa, right, Dad?
Right.
And of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't want to be a like.
Santa, I want a little sister. All
Look.
right, bring me your mama.
Yo, you know what's crazy? In Colombia, there's no Santa. Baby Jesus brings the presents.
Mm-hmm. But I bet you now they're
How
evolving.
can he bring the presents if he's a baby?
Magical baby Jesus.
Man.
But it's literally baby Jesus.
I mean,
It's not Jesus.
Think
It's
about it,
baby
right?
Jesus.
I was reading a book about Santa, about Christmas the other day to Mason. And Santa's landing on the roof with his 12 reindeer. I think it's 12 reindeers, and Rudolph leading the way up front. And they land on the roof, and the way he gets in the house is from the chimney. He comes down the chimney, and that's how he, takes the roofs.
But we know that, dude.
No, but I'm saying it's crazy. Like, yeah, you're saying, how could baby Jesus bring? Well, how could Santa Claus come with flying reindeers and land on the roof?
Yes,
You know,
no fucking sense.
I mean,
But just
Freaking
love,
Santa's gonna
imagination.
replace the roof of my house, man.
I love how you're telling us that story like we never heard it before.
no. I mean, like of course it doesn't make any sense.
So
but
check it out, dude. Santa, right?
right. So
He's
check this out.
he's got different reindeer. The whole thing is bananas. They're like, well, where the fucking reindeers happen?
Where do they come from? I don't know.
You know,
I think it's great for imagination though for the kids. I mean,
And I think because he's from the north,
yeah, it's from, yeah.
so I guess there's a lot of reindeers there.
Do you remember when you found out that
oh
it
yeah,
wasn't real?
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
remember?
Yeah. I definitely remember.
Well, I always knew about Santa, but about the Reyes Magos, the Wise Kings.
Oh, the Wise Kings.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Like the Latin
Wise
Kings.
Kings?
The
I guess I
Wise,
think I don't know how
White
they
Kings.
call.
The Wise Kings.
Wise Kings. Okay.
The Reyes Magos. I don't know. So I used to believe on them, but we used to not do any gifts on Christmas because then on January the 9th we do the Wise Kings in Argentina.
Wise Kings.
So in Argentina, they celebrate the Wise Kings.
Yeah,
Like in
yeah.
Spain.
Well, the kids do.
Mhm.
So you go outside and you put some grass on a little plate and water, and you leave your shoes outside so they know how old you are.
Well,
I think.
let's go over that, because it's different. Because you grew up here
Yeah,
in the United States of America, baby.
America.
So you,
Keep it America.
your mom
great.
told you Santa.
For sure.
You have a diverse background, right? But
Mhm.
your mom told you Santa, and you guys did everything like here.
Yeah.
So what's go through it? Like, what is it? Like you leave cookies. I knew that.
So we, yeah, I mean, you leave, you would leave cookies or brownies because normally around that time, like you can bake. There's more time. People are out of school, so you're staying up a little bit later. So maybe you're baking brownies, baking cookies, and you leave it by the Christmas tree somewhere around there. So Santa, when he comes in, he can get a cookie and get some milk, and then
and
go.
you woke up the next day and you saw that they took a bite of the cookie.
Yeah,
Like,
you see,
and you're
like, it's like a
"Fuck,
bite. Yeah. Like, that's just reassurance. Like, this is legit.
This is real, son.
This is legit. Who else would do this?
It's impossible. So you did that. They told you to leave water out.
Water and grass and my shoes out, and I had my
So-
brother, my sister, so we used to have 20 pairs of shoes outside the house.
So wait, the Kings are coming and they need shoes out.
So
Where?
they can know
Grass,
how big you are.
Yeah, the
Do you-
grass and water,
Do you know why the shoes had to be out? And
so they know how old you are. Oh,
Or
they
what
know
size
you were
you
there.
are.
You know,
Right.
they know you're there,
they
and
know
then you
you're
leave
there.
grass and water for
I
the
don't know.
for the
I
animals
used
eat.
I used to probably believe on the wise men. I used to
It's okay, man. You don't have to do that.
Nah,
We all did.
So the water was from the drink, and the
Probably for
grass
the
was
animals.
from the smoke.
Got it.
yeah. That's
then-
what I don't know. That
And you
I
got
think-
the presents on the 25th morning.
No, I didn't got no present on the 25th.
So they didn't give you any
25th was
present.
about just family time, eating, and just hanging out with.
So what did
my
the Kings
cousins.
bring?
Gifts.
Oh, the 25th, but that was in January.
January
yeah,
9th.
January the 9th or the 6th. I don't know if it's the
Okay.
9th or the 6th.
So it's in January. You got to okay. So
Yeah.
it doesn't work out with the
So
market.
Santa. No, it didn't. But right now, everybody's doing Santa,
Santa,
in
yeah.
Argentina.
Did you have friends that did Santa at the time?
No.
No,
It wasn't cool. It was
Well,
just new.
we're talking about 20 years ago. Though.
Right. That's
Right.
that's
Now,
crazy.
20 years later,
Yeah,
they're doing Santa in El Salvador. They're doing Santa in Argentina.
Yeah, whatever, I
In
think
Colombia, I'm sure they're doing Santa.
It's like
See,
whatever
in
the U.S. is doing,
Mhm.
they it kind of spreads to South America, like the baby reveal, the gender reveal.
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be a
yeah.
girl or boy? That's a new thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in Argentina, it's just hitting now. Baby showers are just hitting in Argentina now. People used to not do baby showers. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they used to not do baby showers.
Follow the money, baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that it comes. See, in Colombia, they had La Novena, which is like before Christmas, up to Christmas, you gather in people's houses and read a version of a pass of the Bible,
Mhm.
and you would sing. You guys did any of that?
No.
So, like, today,
Well, we're raised Christian. I think the
there's
Catholics do that.
oh, it was Catholic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would like I would go to, like tonight's at your house. You provide the food. We go over there and we read the baby Jesus, the Virgin Mary found out she was pregnant, and everybody sings. Pero mira como beben los peces. And then again, and then and she told Joseph she was pregnant, but it was the Holy Ghost that impregnated her. And then pero mira como beben, and then you sing like that, and then until the 24th, you do the last one,
Okay.
which is like when he's born.
And then what do they do for food?
It's
Pastelitos,
it's called buñuelos. It's like this little round. You wouldn't
balls.
know.
Bread balls.
Natilla, which is I never liked, was gross. It was just very there's traditional Colombian food.
That you eat normally around
Yeah.
that time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's all religious. Forget about this whole
Party and
holiday, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. No, but there's just straight up. Everybody's Catholic.
Mhm.
Like 90% of people are Catholic, so
it's religion
this
based.
is religious. You go to church or whatever,
Yeah.
and then baby Jesus brings the
Gifts.
the gifts. But you do the big celebration on the 24th
Right. At night.
at midnight. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
you don't do anything on the 25th.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in the city I'm from, the fair, like the big festival,
Mhm.
happens during December, and on the 25th they close the streets and everybody rides up and down in horses.
Mhm.
In
It's
horses.
crazy. Yeah, it's like it's like a day where you go off and drink and go like cabalgata, and everybody gets on horses
Yeah.
and they ride up and down Cali in horses, just chilling. And there's tons of fireworks for some reason.
In El Salvador, they say they do a lot of fireworks, and it's very live and mucho ambiente.
Yeah.
It's just like a crazy party and
Yeah.
a lot of fireworks.
The
on
other thing
Christmas versus here, it's not like that. Christmas Day, you're opening gifts. You might be making
on the 25th.
on the 25th.
On the
Oh,
25th,
yeah.
over there,
Because
everybody's
Over there,
hangover.
over here, yeah, exactly. Over here, the 24th, the kids are going to bed early, so they go to
Right.
sleep because Santa. You got to be quiet. If you're awake, Santa's not going to come. So you got to be sleeping by the time Santa gets here,
Yeah.
and then the 25th, the next day, that's when you open up the gifts.
Bro, one of the toughest days when I moved to the United States was that first Christmas, where I was used to the 24th, huge party. People making noise, fucking
Party.
fireworks happening, all this shit. And I'm over here with my aunt and uncle, and they're going to sleep early on the 24th, and I'm like,
What?
and I look outside, there's nothing. I don't see a fucking cat. I don't see anybody moving. Nothing. And it's cold. And
Yeah, the other
dude,
thing-
that was a depressing. I was
I
16
bet.
years old, and I was like, fuck, what did I get myself in? What is this? This sucks, dude. And it took a couple years to realize that it's different. Over here, it's
Yeah.
not about partying, but in Cali, is not only like that, but there's the biggest festival. If you want to go to Cali, Colombia, you want to go to the best time, go during December.
Well, everybody says over there, and even in El Salvador, we have family that Christmas is just huge. People if you've never you never experienced Christmas, you should definitely experience Christmas in a Central South American country because it's just a huge
It's
party, and
different.
like you said, the fireworks and
And it's summertime.
in the summertime.
You can be outside and you
There's
won't
no
worry.
summer in Colombia. It's always hot.
Summer.
Or in Argentina, it's summertime.
See, Argentina is more like European, German based.
German based.
Yeah, Nazi.
Bratwurst?
Well, I'm just saying, there's
Nazis.
more you guys more chill, I don't know, the Ecuadorian countries, in the equator, I feel is
Keeps them
warmer,
mellow.
crazy, I don't have a clear memory of when I knew, but I do remember telling my cousin, and yo, it's not real, baby Jesus is not really bringing your presents. And he was like a little bit older than me. He's like, yeah, I know. Right? And then like later, I found out his mom was pissed because he didn't know.
And he was older than you?
He was, Juan Manuel. He was a little older than me, and I was like, yo, they don't bring anything in there. And he was like, he played it off, but I guess he was devastated inside. And I was like, yo. Then later, like, my mom came out and said, why the fuck did you say that to Juan Manuel? Like, he didn't know. And I'm like, I don't know, but I don't have a clear memory of, like, who told me or what happened, but you do.
I remember it was Christmas Eve, and my mom was, wrapping some gifts Christmas Eve. And I remember seeing some boxing gloves, and she was getting ready to wrap them. So I didn't think anything of it, went to sleep. And then I think I had an idea, like I wasn't, super convinced, Santa Claus. But I remember the next day it said, from Santa Claus. And at this time, I'm starting to recognize her handwriting. It says, from Santa Claus. And then I open it. It's the same boxing gloves that were here before I went to sleep last night.
No.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, Santa Claus. Oh,
it
thanks.
was you.
Thanks. No, but I didn't get mad or anything. I was just like, oh, okay. All right. I see what's happening.
Let me play it off. I don't want to say nothing.
Okay.
So
thanks, Santa Claus.
So she works for Santa.
Thanks, Mom.
So my mom works for Santa as well.
Right, yeah.
Dude, in Colombia, they have a song, dude. So, right now they're saying if you get your kids a big present, don't say it's from Santa. Because if you get your kid an iPad and then he goes to school and he tells Santa brought me an iPad, and then the other kid's like, yo, I got socks.
Well,
they're like, what the fuck? Just take.
Well, he knows if you've been good or bad. He knows.
You're not nice.
But it doesn't always compute, right? And like if you get him an iPad, tell him it's from you. Don't tell him it's from Santa.
But Santa brings the best gifts.
I know, but that's the biggest thing now. You see him over Facebook and whatnot because you don't want the other kids to feel shitty. And Colombia,
well, then their parents should give them a better gift instead of socks.
But they can't fucking afford.
Maybe they can't afford iPad, but I'm sure. I mean,
well, let's say they got you. I don't know, something that.
Yeah,
well, don't get him anything. That's it.
Like, you guys are.
I don't have kids, so I don't know how
I don't
it
know
feels.
the answer to this. But I'm saying, like, it's like claim ownership of the gift, right?
Right.
In Colombia, when I was there, they had a fucking song, and it was like a hit song. It was like, "Mama, ¿dónde están los juguetes?"
Oh yeah.
like, Mom, where are the toys? The niño, the baby Jesus didn't bring me any toys. Did I do something wrong? And then the kid it's like the most depressing shit ever, and it was like a hit. Like like they are insensitive as fuck. Over here, they're like, please don't do that. Over there, it's like, fucking baby Jesus didn't bring me anything, son.
Spoiled kids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think I want to take some credit for the best gifts.
Yeah,
as a parent, but I don't know if I want to say, yeah, here, Santa brought you some socks.
Well, you can. Really, but
how about if you just tell him the kids like, look, it's not Santa, it's my mom and dad giving you the gift. Whatever you hear on the street is a lie, like we're buying the gift, like that's reality. And because if you tell the kid like, oh look, Santa's giving you this, and then he finds out, oh, that lied to me during 12 years of my life. They've been lying to me.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm gonna trust you, bro.
I don't think any kid is really gonna get really
upset because
super devastated. Like, you lied to me, you liar. Santa Claus is not real. I mean, maybe some kids get mad. I don't know. I didn't really. I'm just my personal experience. I wasn't super hurt, but.
You got it?
Yeah. This is
the hit, number one hit in Colombia.
Man, 3.5 million views, man.
Yeah, that shit is fire, son.
Hey, you remember this? This brings you back.
That's me right there.
Yeah. This was Martin's jam back in the day.
For them American non-Spanish speaking listeners, you white devils.
Mom, where are the toys?
It just says mom. He's just like the saddest
Mama.
kid. Yeah, just going like,
where are the toys?
Like the baby Jesus. Why? How come I didn't get any toys? He must not like me. And then the mom is like, no, maybe you did something wrong.
He was naughty.
It was your fault.
Yo, the mom is not even trying to like say, no cover up. Is just like, yo, you probably did something wrong. That's what she says. She's like, maybe you probably did something wrong.
And the poor kid's probably like, what did I do wrong?
What did I do?
Man, I gotta be better.
What did I do? I did do that. I touched myself. Should have not done that.
Yeah.
That's why you got those pair of socks. And not
So-
the second
No, he
choice.
got nothing, dude. He didn't even get
I feel
socks.
like how okay. So if you tell your kids like, look, Santa doesn't exist. It's like me, mom buying gifts. Like everything is, like advertising this. And then the kid goes to school. He's like, no, Santa doesn't exist. My mom told me to. He's like, can you tell your
Damn.
kid not to say this stuff? I was
Yeah.
like, why? Like this is the way I want to raise my kid. I want to
Well,
do
that's
stuff.
gonna
I
be
think-
with my kid. Period. When I'm gonna be like the whole religion thing is a hoax.
Well, I think some parents do want to say, no, Santa Claus is not real. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to play those games. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some like.
How would you feel if like your kids meets a kid on school and it's like, Santa's not real.
Well, you know
That's
what's
not my
crazy?
dad.
Prep
The other
him.
day, Mason's 4, and the other day, and he he believes in Santa. The other day, he's like, Santa's not real. But I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I wouldn't be devastated, but
I'll be like,
I would say, all right, why would you say that? And you know what I'll probably do? I was like, why would you say that? I mean, let's find out. Let's see what happens with when Christmas Day. Let's leave some cookies out and some brownies or some
you get pissed.
milk. No, I wouldn't be pissed.
Shut up!
Who said that?
Santa's real. Shut your face.
Why are you saying that to daddy?
Nah.
No. Hey, so what's he asking for this year?
He really hasn't. Maybe I've been a bad dad. I really haven't been asking him.
Did you make him write
just
that letter? Are
No,
they supposed to
no,
write
no.
a letter to Santa?
Man, he can't even. He doesn't know how to read and write yet. He's learning. I mean, he knows
Where do
a
you
couple
start?
of words, but
You didn't ask him, like.
I guess I need to write a letter to Santa from him.
You-
Put it in
Oh.
the mailbox.
You're like, you didn't ask him, like, what do you want? Nothing.
No,
Tesla.
I think he may have. No. He's asked for a couple random things, but nothing like I want Santa to bring me this. And actually, this week we're taking him to the mall to take pictures with Santa. So we'll see how he comes around at this time. See what he's,
Yeah.
if he wants something,
He might ask then.
he might ask that. Yeah,
You're not gonna have enough time.
it's okay. What do you mean?
What
Amazon,
if he's like, I want a 4-wheeler?
Amazon.com. It's too cold. You don't want to ride a 4-wheeler right now.
My dad used to tell me that baby Jesus couldn't carry it.
He could. There you go. But he can carry some socks.
Man, it's crazy. Like you start making these memories on your kid. Like the same way you're talking about it, he's gonna be talking about it later
Yeah.
on.
Well, the whole thing is so outrageous. Just make up something new.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you can
Like
make
the-
something new, but you got to get everybody else to jump on the
yeah.
bandwagon.
All parents got together on this one.
Like, what's up
Oh,
with the
yeah.
the gnome? The gnome thing is new, right?
The gnome.
That you hide the gnome. You hear about that?
Yeah, I've never done it.
What is
You-
that?
You got to hide
Like an
little,
elf.
like a little elf, like the elf on the shelf.
The elf on the shelf. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
We never did that.
But it's new because supposedly the elf is there to tell Santa if you're good,
Mhm.
and then you got to move it around because it moves on its own. So like,
The next day he'll be somewhere else, and you got to find him.
right? You know
I'd
what
be-
it is? They're just
I'd be
finding.
scared of that thing.
they're
man.
just-
If I was a
Creepy
kid.
looking.
It's all about dragging the holiday, making it longer so you spend more. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy how stressful this time of the year is for so many people.
Yeah. If you don't,
So
Oh,
many
sad.
gifts. Stressful.
Sad and stressful for some people. Like imagine like if you don't have your family around.
Oh yeah.
or if you have
and it-
kids and you don't have the financial fortitude
Mm-hmm.
to get that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you go
You
in
know
debt
they're
probably.
gonna-
You're like
Going
I
to
gotta-
debt, that doesn't
yeah.
make any sense. Dude, go into debt for Christmas gifts?
Oh, it happens all the time. I'm sure.
I'm sure it does.
The whole idea of
Diamond
layaway.
Direct. You don't start paying for your ring till like 2 months later. It's like buy your gift. You pay
That's how
like
we
6
do
months
it.
later.
Have you ever done layaway? I've never done layaway. The whole idea doesn't make sense. Why don't you just save the money yourself?
So
Because you want.
how's layaway work?
You go buy stuff
Okay.
and
And
it
you-
comes out to be like $500, but you don't get it. So you put it aside. It's like that's my
Right.
stuff. I'm laying that away,
Okay.
and then you come in and start making payment towards the $500 that you spend,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to start early, and then when you pay it off, you come get it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even get to take the stuff with you
Just making payments.
towards the thing.
Well, I think back in the day, people didn't have access to so much, and maybe so much wasn't being imported from China, and things weren't as like right now. Have you ever tried to get something for somebody and like, what should I get for that person? And like, well, they already have a bunch of stuff. They already have, what am I going to get them?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So back in the day, that wasn't the case. If you think about it, people were getting them socks, underwear, t-shirts, like the basics, and obviously other gifts. But nowadays, I feel like people have
There's
been
so
able.
much stuff.
People have been able to acquire so much stuff, and now it's like, man, what am I going to get Martin? I mean, what am I going to get him? He has a stroller. He has a stroller. I'm going to get him
A GTX 1080.
yeah, whatever that is. You know.
Video game car.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like
Makes it stronger.
he can go get that himself, or
Yeah.
he will go get himself, or so I don't know. I think people have been able to acquire over time, and before, yeah, I think layaway was more common before than now. I'm sure some people use layaway nowadays, but not. They probably get a credit card.
Yeah, I thought I was getting it wrong, and I looked it up, and yeah, you leave this shit in the store. But you're right. That used to be. You know why you can't do this anymore? Because shit goes down in price so quickly. Like you can't. You put something on layaway, and then you wait 6 months. That same item would have been on sale.
Or I mean,
True.
you know,
And
back
you got
in the,
layaway fees there.
well,
That
and
just tells you use
back
them
in the
up.
day, I mean, you didn't have access to so much stuff either. You didn't have Amazon. You couldn't shop around for prices on whatever you're looking for that you were going to put on layaway. Unless it's something like a refrigerator or an appliance for your house or something.
But what's the difference between just saving the money? It's just like some people just can't save the money. That's the only way they do
I
it.
think that unfortunately there's a lot of people who cannot control their spending habits.
I'm gonna spend this. I can
Yeah,
count
I
on
mean-
me. I do the same thing.
Look,
I mean, remember
the
Joel
United-
used to live with us?
Oh my
Joel?
god, dude!
He
That
wouldn't. He
motherfucker
said,
was
"Look,
crazy."
he said, and he had just got out the Marines. He said, hey, I got to pay you $800 a month for rent, or $600 for rent, for example. He's like, can I pay you every week? I'm like, you good at paying? Okay, I just need one favor. I said, yeah, sure. What's up? He's like, can I pay you every week? And I'm like, yeah, I think I'll be okay. You know. He's like, yeah, I don't want to spend my money. Once I get it, I want to make sure I give it to you to pay the rent. So like
go spend
that's how coming out the Marines, how little discipline he had with his money, that he didn't have enough discipline coming out of the service that he thought he was going to spend that money before he was going to be able to save $800 or $600 to pay rent or a couple $100, whatever it was.
That's crazy.
This is somebody who is trained and is very disciplined in certain areas, but financially couldn't save a couple $100 to pay for the roof over his head.
Yeah, it's just that the United States is the number one consumer of the world, and you can see like if you compare to other countries, there's only 350 millions here, and you can compare that to other countries like China, like they have like 1 billion like people living there, and we're still the highest consumer in the world. Like I guess they're more educated about spending and where to spend. Imagine we spend more than whatever they spend on their country, and they're like 3 times more whatever population we have.
That's fucked. We're just used to spending more. We're just used to
Materialism.
consuming more. Like I bet
Consumerism.
back in the day, you probably got one gift for Christmas. Now it's like you gotta get a Christmas gift for everyone.
Well, I think
and
a
then
lot
there's a shit at the office, and then there's a shit at work, and then
I think people are realizing, people are evolving. I mean, this was the first year that I've heard multiple people say, like, don't buy gifts for everybody, or do something more intentional, or not promoting going out and buying gifts, because I think people are recognizing what's happening. It's probably taken 30 years for people to realize, oh shit, we're just contributing to the economy and going in debt, buying stuff that people won't really use.
So you said you've heard that?
Yeah, I have heard that.
More people are just like
People are like doing. I mean, people have done Secret Santa, but more people are saying like, don't get me gifts, and people are like,
Just get me money.
Okay. Focus,
Whatever you're gonna spend, just give me the money, man.
Just don't worry. Don't put your emphasis on gifts. Basically, look at the big picture. Why are we all getting together for Christmas to share family time, share value? Spend time with each other, basically, instead of buying a bunch of gifts for stuff that things like you said. I mean, cash. Okay, they're gonna use it, but a gift card. I mean, how many people don't even use a gift card? Just goes bad. I mean, how many gift cards do you?
Yeah, hang around there. Like,
just
do you probably spend?
I use it. I love getting gifts.
You love getting gift cards?
No, gifts in general during Christmas is nice. I don't like to get like a lot of like little shitty gifts. I like to. That's the time of year where I want to buy myself something expensive.
Buy yourself a gift.
Or like, yeah, it's like that excuse, right? Like, I only really just buy gifts for my wife. That's it.
Right.
I don't buy. You know what? I never buy gifts for friends.
How about
ever.
your mother-in-law, father-in-law?
I've never given you guys a gift
Not like
for
friends.
birthdays.
I'm talking about for like,
or like
family.
even
Like
family.
if you
Well,
have,
my wife buys it for everybody, and it comes from
Both of
us.
y'all. Yeah.
So I'm buying, but I'm not really, figuring that out. Like, but yeah, we buy a gift for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like they kind of tell you what they want, and then we tell them what I want. Like, but she'll call, be like, "What does Martin need? Oh, does he need new shoes?" So they'll just buy me shoes or some shit like that. And then what did Levi need? Oh, he needs a new thong. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll hook him up.
A new thong.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And then I call Laura and I said, "What's my beard need?" He's got it all.
Yeah, he's got
everything. But yeah, dude, I do love the consumerism aspect of it, but it's not right. But it does feel good to get shit. But you're right, like you'll want something so badly, like, oh, I want that GTX 1080 for my computer, I want it, and then you get it and it's over. It's like, oh shit.
Well, because
my computer works the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little faster, but yeah, it's not that good.
Right. I think it's just the idea, the thrill, and then the it's a short amount of time, right, that you get that stimulated or you're excited, and then it goes back to normal.
Yeah. But I guess it depends how you feel, because if you like everybody's buying something and you feel over here like, oh shit, I'm the only one not buying something.
Right.
Then you go to the other side.
You're cheap.
Like, but then you start seeing around. It's like, why would I feel different just because someone else is doing something? So I'm like, if I decide not to do it, then I just don't do it, and you shouldn't feel bad if it's your decision.
I have a friend that went so far the deep end when he. I know two people that went so far the deep end when they found out that Christmas was. I don't know if this is one friend did it because of that, but I know Stacy's family member did it. Like, they found out that Christmas was put together at that time, what I said at the beginning of the podcast, and they just refuse anything to do with it because they feel like that's not the meaning of the Bible, that it was a trick. So like, to the point that like, if there was a party, if the party's a Christmas party, he doesn't go.
But see, the thing is, go ahead.
And then, I was going to say, and his boss had to change it for him and then call it an end of the year party, and then he did go.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, okay, what are you going for? Okay, let's say you don't agree with it or whatever, but you're going to spend time with your coworkers or with your family or whatever. I mean, that's the whole point, right? That's why it's a gathering. They're all getting together. Thanksgiving, okay, you might not agree with what happened, and obviously it seemed pretty fucked up, but it's not like you're not going to celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, are you going together, your friends or your family all getting together, you're eating together, and you're having a good time together? I think that's the whole point. That's the whole idea.
Some people just see it literal like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, Stacy's family, like, they used to, this particular group of people that used to come and celebrate, and when they found out, and it was actually their son-in-law got mad because they wouldn't let the kids celebrate Halloween. And then he was like, you guys are hypocrites because you celebrate Christmas because this is the meaning of Christmas. And then they heard that, and then they never did it again. Like, to this day, they just like make it weird every Christmas. Like, they don't want to give gifts. They don't want to be a part of it. It's just like, they don't want anything with the Christmas tree because the Christmas tree is not that was the pagan symbol. Like, that's what they did. They used to like burn a pine tree or whatever. So that's why you put stuff like so. I don't know, but you're right. It doesn't make any sense. But some people just go that deep, and like I embrace. I'm not a religious person, but I embrace the whole consumerism behind it. I love it, dude. Give me cookies, invite me to parties. I want to go put the sweaters on. I want to just like get a present.
Right.
I just like
I'm so happy we're here in the United States. You can choose and do whatever you want. If you want to celebrate, you don't celebrate. If you want to celebrate, you celebrate.
Right.
Man. Like,
exactly.
Freedom. You got so much freedom here that I don't know. If these people don't want to celebrate, I might say Merry Christmas though. If I see them, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
No,
what?
But they celebrate it because they love that. They hate the happy holiday part is the one they don't like.
The tree.
They don't like the tree. They don't like it when it's not Christian related. Like, everything has to be Christian related. And it's not normal that it's not, or like it's not really happening here. It's not supposed to happen at this time. So it's just fucking weird, man.
I mean, it's just a title, right? I mean, okay, the invitation says Happy Holidays, or it says
at the end of the day,
do you really think, like, okay, if you're trying to, for
like I don't want to do this because God is gonna look bad on me. Like he's
Yeah,
gonna
absolutely.
think
He's probably gonna hit you with a lightning bolt.
probably. And so like at the end of the day, if you believe in a God, I think He sees your heart. Like what's inside your heart. Like if you go somewhere, okay, what is the meaning of you actually going there? You really want to go there and celebrate this pagan party, or you just want to spend time with your friend? I was like, no, I was there because I want to spend some time with my friend, and everybody got together that day. Do you think God is gonna be like, no, you were there celebrating? It's like, no, I just wanted to go with my friends were there. So it just depends how you feel inside. If you feel like doing something bad, all right, don't do it. Like nobody's gonna accuse you with a finger saying, oh, you're celebrating. If you celebrate, you're definitely going to hell. Like nobody's.
I think some people are taking more, like you said, more literal. And they have that fear inside them.
Yeah, like guilt.
And that guilt and that fear, and they say, well, I can't do anything. I can't. Right. Yeah, if it has just a little bit, then it seems super bad.
Yeah. Dude, I remember being like 13 or 14, and it was Christmas Eve, and I was whacking off in the bathroom.
You feel bad.
And I'm like, yo, this is not right. But I'm still doing it.
Where was I?
I had a problem.
Had?
But it was fixed. But I was just like super guilty, dude. Like, oh, dude, I'm about to go to church later. They're gonna know I shouldn't do it. I'm doing it.
Yes, no. Oh shit, I just came.
Too late.
Okay, I'm good. Bye.
Wow.
Dear baby Jesus, I feel relieved.
So
I was stressed. The guilt is gone. What happened? No, that was the worst, man. Growing up, like there was so much guilt. The Catholic Church puts so much guilt on you. It's like everything's bad.
Well, back in the day, they in order to like the ceilings inside, sometimes they're like made of like gold and things like that. In order for they to pay for the church, it's like, okay, we can give you forgiveness because you go to the church to confess, and we actually confess. You're gonna sing. You're gonna pray this. This prayer, and then you gotta be forgive.
Yeah.
And but you gotta bring something in. So they used to like, okay, we forgive you, like representing like God, I guess. But you have to bring something. So they make so much money out of that. Like, imagine how guilty you. If you did something bad and you're like, oh, I have some money here, I can just go and pay for my sin, like.
Yeah, the confession thing is bullshit. Have you ever done it?
I have never done a confession.
You never done a confession?
No,
because as a Catholic, have you done it?
Yeah, of course.
You're Catholic?
Yeah.
Yeah, super weird. I did a couple times in Colombia. I don't like it.
So you go there. So you go inside this little.
I was like, I remember being a kid and trying to make up things to say, like. I remember one time I was like, I was at the store and I was thinking about stealing this piece of gum because like it was like in school, and they're like, all right,
you in a Catholic school?
Yeah, over there all the schools are like private and private. They don't have public school system. So it's like, okay, it's your turn to go talk to the priest. Go confess. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes I'll yell at my mom and. I took a piece of gum. I was making shit up. It's like, what am I?
I'm lying just to make a confession.
Like I don't like the guy was like, all right, you gotta say, 15 Hail Marys and say 3 Padre Nuestros, Father. What is it called in English? Our Fathers, and you're good. And then I remember like every time I go to church, and if it's been too long, like they tell you you're supposed to confess every so often, or you're not supposed to take communion.
Right.
Because if you take communion and you haven't done that, then you're an asshole. And I'm like, should I go to get communion? And my mom never took communion because she was divorced, and she never thought divorced. And when you get divorced, the church, a priest told her she can never take communion again. Where she stays super Christian, super religious and Catholic. So she would go to church, but she wouldn't take communion. So I had like in my head, like, should I take communion or not? Like, I had my first communion. Should I go do it? Like, no, I didn't confess. And then I would do it, and I would feel guilty as fuck. So that was another source of guilt. Like, oh shit. I did communion, but it's been like a month or 2 months or 3 months since I confessed, so this is not right. I gotta go confess. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are fucking little kids. What a shitty fucking... This is a bullshit, guys. This is bullshit. I'm over here like, should I confess? Oh, you're divorced, ma'am. You can't do that. Pardon me while I go and molest Timmy over here. That makes no fucking sense, dude.
They keep you straight for a couple years, man.
Huh?
They trying to keep you straight for the first years.
It's just the whole thing, it stinks. It's all stinky. But anyways, let's get presents.
But you know when they this is something I don't know if I read it or what. Each prayer, like when they tell you like do a what is it, Padre Nuestro? What is that?
Our Father.
Our Father. If they tell you like okay, do 2 Our Fathers or 4 Our Father, like it's not like you do the prayer once. It's those necklace that you wear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
And
the
they have
rosary.
they have like those little balls.
Right.
You're supposed to.
So
do
if you go around like Padre Nuestro, for each
Yeah.
little ball, that's one.
yeah, I know that.
No.
It doesn't work that way, but
No.
yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, I think you go
No,
around.
you gotta do each pet is Ave Maria.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you gotta say
Hail
one thing
Mary.
each pebble, and then when you get to the big one, then you say
Yeah,
Our
and
Father. And then you're supposed to do it every night where you go. It's just the whole thing doesn't. It's just
Okay,
like the
so
most
it's like-
tedious thing.
it's
My
not
mom does
some-
it all the time.
Yeah. It's not something that you finish like okay, I did 3
It's
prayers
not a
and I'm
punishment.
done.
It's not even a punishment. My mom did it every night just because it's what you're supposed to do.
Well, for a kid, it's a
for the hell of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think for penance for a kid when they say do 3 Our Fathers, it's 3 Our Fathers. It's not 3 times the rosary, because rezar rosario, like to
Takes like an
pray the
hour.
rosary that would include the Our Fathers and the Hail Marys in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly how it works.
So do you have to take First Communion? Do you know about that?
No.
Like before?
I remember my cousins doing it, and they go around asking for money when they do it. And I was like, I want to do First Communion. They go around like asking
no, maybe
for
they
money.
give you money. But
They give you money.
But,
But
like, it's
on this one, they go knock on the doors. I remember they go into the neighbor's door and it's like, oh, we got our First Communion. They give you money.
Really?
Yeah.
It must be like an Argentinian thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Because in Colombia, you do it. It's the first time you have to take a course. It's basically like how you get your driver's license.
Okay.
Same idea. You gotta go.
Of course.
You gotta. You take the course.
Communion 101.
The Catholic.
It's
course.
like a class, right?
You can fail it, I think, right?
Nah. I mean, I guess you
I
can.
don't
I
know.
mean,
And then
I
you
guess you
gotta
could.
learn all the prayers, and you gotta say them this way, and then they teach you this and that, and then once you get it all, when you get it down, then you go out there with a candle, and you gotta get a special kind of shoe.
did you do your First Communion?
Yeah.
All white.
Huh?
All white. You were in all white.
Yeah, they had like a tunic.
Yeah.
And then you go out there and you take your First Communion, they can take communion. And then after, you're supposed to get confirmed.
That confirmation.
Yo, we should all go to a Catholic church this Sunday and just take communion. Just
Why
be
would you-
badasses. Just
Be
the fuck of it. And then as soon as we do it, like, look at the guy in the face like, I haven't taken my First Communion.
He's gonna be
Or
like,
or look at
you
his face
definitely
like,
possessed, man.
Yeah.
I just be like this.
Possessed.
Stick my tongue out and be like, I haven't confessed in over 15 years.
So that's what you want to do.
Yeah. It'd be fucking hilarious, dude. Let's do it. Who's with me?
Go.
Just go down there. What do you think would happen?
I feel-
I'll give it back.
I feel.
Give the body of Christ back immediately.
Elias was like, he said, this guy's possessed.
I'll be like, this guy is possessed.
There's a Colombian here, but he doesn't speak Spanish.
Can we pray for
He's
this guy?
possessed.
They call the communion police. What are you gonna do? He's gonna have to. You just have to do it.
Nah.
Have you seen that video of the dude that like gets the communion and drinks the whole wine? He doesn't know he's supposed to take a sip. You know they have like this disgusting. Another thing they do in special occasions is like you take the communion and then they have the wine. You take a sip, and
Only
then
on special occasions?
in Colombia it wasn't every time.
Really?
They didn't have the wine every time.
Here it's
And
every
what they
time.
do, and they have this dude with a little piece of cloth wiping the tip like
Right,
that makes a
right.
fucking difference. Just like here, just sip on it. All right, cool. Next person. I wonder how much herpes got spread that way.
You think so?
Something.
Oh, it's a cloth. Wiped it down.
Well, the club, I'm saying, like, it's not really clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? They take a sip, and then where you sip, they
wipe
this guy wipe it with a piece of cloth.
Yeah, and it's
So
not
then-
like he cares because
'cause
he's
the
doing it
next-
for others anyways.
Well,
He's
it's
like,
not cleaning
whatever.
anything. And then the next guy is drinking right out of that fucking same thing. Ah, how gross is that? And then there was this video on YouTube, and this dude just like he didn't understand, so he drank. He sat there and chugged the whole thing.
But why would he do that? I mean,
I don't know. It was
because
like,
like you said, when you do your first communion,
he didn't take the course.
Oh, I see. That's the thing. You shouldn't be taking communion. He didn't take the course.
He went into. He didn't take the
class.
course to be the first communion.
Did you do your confirmation?
No, hell no.
Because you're already here by
I'm
then.
not doing it. At that point, I was just already doing some other things.
No, you're already here. Your mom
Yeah, I
was
was
making
already
you
here.
go.
My
That's
mom
what
still
it was.
asks me if I go to church. I'm like, yeah, sure, mom. I go to church all the time. You know,
Smart
my mom.
stupid stuff every Wednesday, mama.
You know, here's the crazy. Here's the crazy thing. My
Para
mom.
eso sí tiene tiempo.
The,
Para smart stupid stuff.
the Catholic people don't even want you going to the Christian church. If I were to go to your dad's church, she was like, "No, don't go to that. That's not right. Like that's not accepted. That's not normal. Like you got to go to a priest. You know, the child molesting guys. Those guys are certified. The other guys are not certified. Don't go to those non-accredited churches. those haven't gone through the testing yet. Whole thing doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, Christmas.
Yeah, back to Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. I mean, I like it. You know, I want to get presents. We're gonna celebrate. What are you asking for Christmas? Are you asking for anything for Christmas?
No, I'm not asking for anything. We're on a ski trip for Christmas. That's where we're gonna go skiing.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it should be good.
Are you asking for anything?
No, everybody's coming over here.
In this house?
Yeah.
Nice.
My brother is coming from the army on the 22nd.
Does he listen to the podcast?
He does.
Why don't we shout him out?
ITD. Pablo.
TD. Does he really listen to the thing?
Yeah, he does.
Well, we'll figure it out next time if he does.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he
mention
listens
him
to
like
every single one.
mention minute 51.
Shout out to Titi.
If you put up with 51 minutes of this, you got to give it to anybody.
Oh yeah.
Here's a secret, guys. If you want to be our sponsors, you just got to make it to this level right here, this special message we're doing right now, and let us know you listen to this point. Just come up to me, Ramiro Elias, and be like, "Look,
You get 20%
I got
off.
to the 51 minute. All of a sudden, you become a sponsor. You're gonna be mentioned. All right, that's all you got to do.
You will get 20%
Oh,
off
shit.
on Alpaca and 20% off on
Forgot
your
to
next
mention-
painting job on your house.
There you go.
I forgot to mention
Secret
Isaac.
code. Huh?
Isaac, man, if you made it this far,
Isaac.
sorry, we forgot to mention you at the beginning.
It's okay.
We still love you, okay? But yeah, dude, it is what it is.
Best Christmas ever, man.
Is
What
it?
was your? Nah, I don't know.
What are you asking for
Yeah,
Christmas?
It's not.
I asked for a GTX 1080, but it's
How much is that?
$900. I'm not getting it.
Oh my
It
god.
just improves the graphics and the FPS.
Well, just I think it's like when you give something, it doesn't have to be expensive. You know, you just have to be like, something, look, like
So
you crossed
that
my
can-
mind. I was
Well,
at
dude,
the
but
store
like,
and I buy you this.
What
You know,
Ranbir said is so true. We live in a time that, like, if it's not expensive, if it's under $30 and you want it, you just fucking get it.
Right.
Like, there's really not. Like, it has to be something that's so expensive you just can't get it all the time. Like, I mean, even if it's under $100 and you really want it, you fucking get it, right? I mean, to me, it gets to the point that, like, it has to be in the hundreds of dollars. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't go around buying a bunch of shit, but I get what I want, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, a GTX 1080, I'm not getting it.
See, even if you want to get something from Martin, he got it all.
A 2080. That's
Yeah.
too much. That's exciting. That now you're just being flashy.
1080.
Well, you need new mics. That's what we for the sponsors out there. Just give
Yeah,
us
if you
new
guys
mics.
want to give some Christmas gifts right here, we could go for 1 or 2 more mics.
We need a mic like your mic. What is the name of that mic? Just get us a
AKG P220.
We need an AKG PT220.
P220.
Actually, go ahead and set us up for a P30. How about that?
Oof. Upgrade.
P35 to have that? Sure.
Upgrade. It can sound just like this.
We get a voice changer. Somebody gives us a voice changer. We'll be sounding like crazy, like Darth Vader. And shit.
Darth Vader.
Hey guys, we got Darth Vader in the house tonight. Darth Vader, what's up?
Hello.
All right, man. Yeah, that sounds good, Darth Vader.
Hey there. How you doing?
We love getting close to that mic, don't you?
I think it's the best way to do it. It sounds better. Elias is just out of principle wants to stay far away.
Yeah.
He wants to stay far
I'm
away.
right here.
That's perfect. That's the perfect. You're right. I'm too close. I gotta get.
I
it.
think I'm good.
I don't know.
You gotta get close enough to you're comfortable, you know. Not too close. Martin gets super close. He's all.
What
up
I
in
can
that
hear
mic.
myself and it sounds better. I mean, if I get over here, I don't hear myself.
No.
Like, look right here. You hear me?
Yeah, but you're like.
You hear me? 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 Now you hear me.
Oh, nah.
Now you're
hey.
talking.
Even his facial
Mm.
expressions change when we get so close to that black mic. Look at that.
Why are you putting your
Man.
lips in there? I don't understand.
Hey, take it
This is
easy.
taking a weird turn.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right,
guys.
Get our next episode. It's only $29 a month. You know,
$29
smart
a month.
stuff.
subscription.
$29.99. We were gonna charge $30, but we thought it was too much.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring it down.
All right, guys. You have a fantastic evening and a merry Christmas or
Merry
happy
Christmas,
holidays.
guys.
Bye
Happy
bye.
holidays.
Happy holidays.